Hi. Hi, Shivda. I must say, I'm doing many sessions here. But the moment I used to tell friends or anybody, just now, like, I'm doing Shobita's session, they say, she's so hot. She's so pretty. She's so beautiful. She's so amazing. Indirectly, I've only heard this about you 20 times today. You must be hearing it 2,000 times a week or a day. How is it? Like, do you hear? I mean, how do you take it? Like, is it something that gets to your head? Do you sometimes see in the mirror and say, well, they're kind of right. I am.
It makes me absolutely conceited. I
Yeah.
think I am the shit.
Yeah. I would. I can empathize with that. How do you take it? With so much adulation, especially on your looks coming, I mean, does it, as part of your identity, what do you make of this? Is it sweet? Is it something hard for you? Does it cause stress? Does it put pressure on you to keep on looking good all the time?
Compliments have never caused me stress.
Okay.
Yeah, I can assure you. I have always felt great. I mean, it's obviously very kind for people to walk up to someone and say good things. We live in a world where we're exposed to so much criticism or comparison that obviously when someone has something nice to say, it only makes you feel more encouraged and just touched and grateful. So obviously it's wonderful.
Okay. But you've mentioned that when you were starting out, you were not this person. You describe yourself as a geeky kid? Yeah, it's your words. And your family background is very academic kind of
Yeah.
people. Do you want to talk about that? What was it like? Like, your dad's, you're not obviously from the industry. So do you want to get into that for those who may not know?
I don't think it's like, okay, I was a geeky kid before and now I'm an actress. No, I mean, I still am quite geeky, and I think it is a part of my character. And
Where do you geek out? Like, what kind of geeky are you?
I mean, as a kid, I was obviously I was really shy as a child. I was timid. I wanted to mingle, but I just didn't have the confidence to. So I would just retreat and maybe read some books or just, do things that were not very out there. So I just developed a connection with, like I was saying, books or craft making or things that didn't require social interaction. So I didn't make a fool out of myself. But that thing has added a layer of, it's something I consider a beautiful hobby today, whether it's reading or writing or my love for travel. These are things that I picked up purely because I could not mingle so confidently as a child. And today they've gone on to become a very joy-giving part of my life. So I'm glad about it.
Yeah. But then you took part in a beauty contest. That's in fact kind of how the journey began for you. And again, I've read it on the internet, and ChatGPT told me, so I don't know if it's true or not.
Oh my God, you use
But they said that
ChatGPT.
no, I didn't use ChatGPT. I was just joking. I just saw some of your past interviews, and they mentioned that you said you did that for validation. Is that true? Because, like I said, anything comes in the media, so I don't know. But why did you take part in that beauty contest?
See, I feel like certain things that are said in jest or like for
Or just you
example.
were fooling around and they made it out to be the headline?
No, I mean like when you like started the conversation with how you heard people say I'm hot. To that I said absolutely conceited. Tomorrow's headline: Shobita is absolutely conceited and arrogant piece of
Okay.
shit. There's nothing you can do about it.
Okay, so you were just being sarcastic. That's why I told you. I'm not believing everything that's on the internet.
I mean, I took part in the pageant because it was the tail end of my college. I moved to Mumbai after my high school, and when towards the tail end of my college, I had this opportunity to take part in a pageant. It's something that would have never like assumed I could belong with. I came from a very different world, so it was obviously very exciting to that late teenage, 19, 20 years of age. It was exciting, and I thought, oh my God, so cool. Like, I get to like show off in like, I don't not even show off, I guess be cool in front of some cute crush of mine in college. It was pretty like there was an innocence there. I don't think I had a great larger map, planned out. So
It was
yeah.
just one of those things. Yeah, the only connection I have with beauty contests is in 2010, I was one of the judges of the Miss India contest. They called me and they said, Miss India. I thought, okay, I'll do it for the country. I'll go. And I went there and I met some of the contestants. And then in the end, on the sideline, I said, कैसा लग रहा है आपको पार्ट लेते? कहते सर सच्ची बताएं? मैंने कहा हाँ. कहते भूख लग रही है. We've not eaten properly for 2 months because is it like that? Those contests, they tell you to not eat, or do people willingly not eat much during the
No,
time?
I've not had such an experience. I had a great time actually. I mean, I was a kid, so everything was very new, and I wasn't like prepared to like know the drill. But I didn't have such an experience. Yeah.
All right. And then you did modeling, and then to the movies, and then you've had OTT platforms. What do you enjoy more, movies or OTT platforms, and why?
I don't think as an actor there's much of a difference.
Okay.
We do our work as actors wherever we go, but obviously like no two things are similar, right? Like today is different from tomorrow, even if you do the exact same thing. 2 days in the lockdown where we were sitting at home doing the same routine were still different from each other. So I feel naturally there's a difference in everything we do. But having said that, my work as an actor remains largely the same. So not much of a difference.
Okay. And your path to the movies, like you're what they call outsider, and I don't know where the outsider, insider, but you don't have genetic material of parents who were in the movies. Let's just say it like that. Your dad was in the Merchant Navy. Is that part correct from the internet?
Yeah.
And your mom was a teacher?
Yes, my mother's
So
a
very
teacher.
different profile. So it's very different path to get roles. You have to give auditions. You have to do all kinds of things. So can you talk through that journey? How was it for you? Did it just come pop one after the other? Did you have to keep trying? Were there a lot of rejections? Because there are people out there watching and trying to do something in life. Not all are trying to be actors. Run a company, get a job, prepare for an exam, whatever. And they may face setbacks. So tell us a little bit more about your journey, what setbacks you faced, and how it finally worked out.
I won't bore all of you with this TED talk of my journey, but because I was not really connected to the film world, my only entry point was through auditions. And after my Miss India year, I was modeling for a bit. And as a model, you also do auditions for ads. So वो करते करते मुझे समझ में आया कि okay, in this field, if I want to, if I'm curious about the entertainment industry and I want to have a sustainable sort of a career, what are the options? So I was just weighing it out, and I gave myself about 3 years to figure it out. I had always been a classical dancer, so creative expression was a part of my life. I just didn't know that acting could also be it. It just didn't strike me because I think we were conditioned to think that, okay, I have to find a job that's gives me security, some kind of like, like academics, and then finding work that gives me financial security and stuff like that. So doing something like in the creative field was a bit out of syllabus. But I gave myself 3 years and I auditioned. I must have done 1,000 auditions in my life.
Is that a exaggerated number, or is that?
No, I mean, I'm just throwing a random number. Maybe it's like, I don't know, 600, I don't know.
600. So it was in the 100. It was very high.
Yeah, it was a lot of auditions, which is okay. At least it's a democratic setting where someone like me who comes from Vishakhapatnam without any idea of the world, if I'm able to audition and figure my path. I got called in for my first film audition and I got so excited because in my 3-year deadline, I had 2 months left and I thought, अगर कुछ नहीं होता है उसका, तो I would have gone back to studying. And I would have gone back genuinely grateful that वो 3 साल के लिए I have given it my best shot. और ठीक है, I didn't want to endlessly, at that time, that's what I thought. And I ended up getting that part, that audition. It's for a film called Raman Raghav 2.0 with directed by Anurag Kashyap. Yeah. That left a huge impression on me. I went to Cannes Film Festival. I was nominated for my performance, and I was this. I was a kid. I mean, obviously, I guess when we look back on our lives, we look at ourselves as like, यार हम बच्चे थे. क्या सोच रहे थे, you know? But I do think that I notice now so often, I've always looked perhaps a lot more steely than I was. I was just really a kid figuring out the way. So it left a very positive influence on me, that film and that nomination. So from that point onwards, I thought, okay, whatever I do, I'd love to get the opportunity to do something which has scope for performance. It's not in my hands. You know, what I can do is जिन opportunities का मतलब access है, from those I can select कि शायद ये अच्छा होगा, ये अच्छा नहीं होगा. But I can't sit back and be like मुझे वो चाहिए, वो कैसे मिलेगा?
अभी भी करते हो audition?
हाँ?
अभी भी you audition or is it now
Sometimes.
talk to my agent kind of thing happening?
No, I mean depends on the film, I guess. If it's a part where there is uncertainty about physical suitability or something like that, sometimes I do. I don't mind it.
Right.
In fact, an audition is the PH test. कि कितना suitability है, कितना नहीं है. I don't mind it. I don't think there is something to feel bad about it.
Do you think एक certain image भी बन जाता है कि this actor is performance actor and she's the lead big blockbuster movie actor? Does it affect you that someone, honestly, like someone less talented than you can be part of a very big film scene as a more commercial kind of actor? And you say, Shubhita तो बहुत अच्छा काम करती है, लेकिन performance actor है. It happens to men too. It happens to male actors too. Does that, like, have you seen that happen? Do you let it affect you? How do you deal with that?
It could have happened on certain days, but then there are some moments which make me feel like, नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. And that moment is this moment where I'm sitting in front of these very intelligent people, and just before my session was Mrs. Kareena Kapoor Khan, who's a blockbuster mainstream actress, and she was interviewed by you. I'm sitting perhaps in the same chair right after, interviewed by you amongst this gathering. क्या फ़र्क है? Like I've been given this dignity and this opportunity based on the work I've done. So हमेशा मैं ये मांगती रहूँ कि दूसरे मतलब लोग मुझे दें.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's very well put.
If I keep waiting for someone to do that थप्पा on me कि अब आप valid हो, तो वो कभी नहीं मिलेगा.
What are you seeking in life, really?
As in like.
Yeah. Yes, big picture. Since you seem like a thinker, you seem like somebody who thinks about things, and, you know.
What do
and
I
say it in a
seek?
very good way.
I don't think life का कोई purpose है. I really do think that we come like between two shores. एक river है, and this life is that nav that passes through that river from one shore to another, one life to another. So I feel इस life में आप whatever you do it, enjoy it, but there is a certain detachment I feel to everything. Obviously, I can't be too detached because then we won't have any ambition. But somewhere, I walk the tightrope between being a little disconnected, doing my own thing, and from life, what do I seek? To be honest, I think an experience that I look forward to is motherhood, whenever that happens, because I feel वो शायद amazing होगी.
Okay. Yeah, and in fact, related to that, one thing that happens, you know, जो बाहर से आते हैं, जैसे आपने भी अपने आप को 3 साल दिया, वो एक ऑटोमेटिक एंट्री नहीं है कि बच्चा जवान हो गया, अब चलो पिक्चर करो, ये आपके लिए पिक्चर बन रही है, आप ये प्रोड्यूस करेंगे, ऐसा तो नहीं है. आपको धक्के खाने हैं, हंड्रेड्स ऑफ ऑडिशन देने हैं, कई सालों सो एवरीथिंग गेट्स डिलेड. लाइक यू जस्ट काइंड ऑफ स्टार्टेड हिटिंग योर स्ट्राइड नाउ, इफ आई मे से सो. अब इसमें कभी ना कभी शादी भी आनी है, फिर मदरहुड आना है, जो आपका बड़ा टॉप एक्सपीरियंसेस में यू आर लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू इन लाइफ बकेट लिस्ट. तो वो कैसे बैलेंस करोगे? लाइक हाउ आर यू सीइंग इट कि यार अभी ये काम है और यू थिंक अभी साथ हो जाएगा सब कुछ? मतलब
आपके बच्चे हैं?
मेरे तो हैं, मेरे तो बड़े हो गए.
तो आपसे कोई पूछता नहीं है ये सवाल?
नहीं.
आप कैसे बैलेंस कर रहे हो?
क्योंकि मैं तो राइटर था ना, मैं तो बैंक में था. नहीं, ये सभी का होता है, ऐसा नहीं है. लड़कों को भी अपना करियर बनाने में कई बार बहुत टाइम लग जाता है, एंड दे कैन नॉट गेट मैरिड सो सून. सो ऐसा नहीं, इट्स नॉट अ जेंडर क्वेश्चन रियली, बिकॉज if your dad has a big business and you're 21 and you are given keys to a brand new office, it's easier for you to. And if you're coming from nowhere, it may take you a long time to feel like, okay, I have my business. I personally know a lot of startup founders who are not able to get married right now because they have a cash burn and they need to cash earn. I'm being honest. So
Yeah.
it's for strugglers, for people who come from outside, for people who are trying to build something. It's a more general question. How do they look at family, having a husband or wife or kids while trying to achieve something very difficult and big?
So I get it. You're saying it's not about male, female, it's more about secure, not so secure.
Yes.
I feel like we tend to look at, okay, एक बार मेरा career set हो जाए, फिर मैं शादी करूँगा, फिर उसके बाद FD हो जाएगा या mutual funds हो जाएगा, फिर बच्चे हो जाएंगे. I don't know if that's how it's meant to
How
be.
do you see it?
I feel like there are two parallels. Both have to go at the same time. I mean, we don't pick between taking care of parents and going for a job. दोनों करते हैं. So I feel like life में ये जितने भी roles हैं, my role as a daughter, my role as a sister, my role at work as a professional, my role as probably a wife या whatever, all these साथ चलते हैं. So I don't think I look at it like पहले ये फिर वो. वैसे तो मतलब I don't know. In fact, I feel like there are so many couples who support each other.
We just had the previous session where they alternate movies, you know. Like she said, when we get good scripts, one movie Saif will do, I'll stay at home with the kids. Next movie I'll do, he'll stay at home with the kids.
Yeah,
So yes.
yeah. And also I feel like even if someone was not financially very secure, very often by being coupled, you feel like you have a partner who supports you कि यार तुम करो जो करना है. मैं देखता हूँ. So I mean, there are women who do it a lot, and there are many stories of men also who support their wives in doing whatever they want to do. So I don't think it's this or that. I am like very pro balance. मतलब life में, of course I have ambition, and of course I have things that I'd love to experience, and I'd love to hit certain goalposts. But my idea of success is not vertical. कि ये होगा फिर ये होगा, ऐसा नहीं है. It's more horizontal. Life में बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो मुझे experience करना है. So.
Right. I have a question about beauty standards, which are amplified a lot with social media today because of Instagram, right? That nature of that app is that the best content gets pushed out, and then people are seeing impossible bodies for men, fitness, or women, and that can, for a very young person or adolescent boy or girl, can create some kind of impossible beauty standards कि मैं तो इतना खूबसूरत हैंडसम नहीं हूँ, मैं इतनी सुंदर नहीं हूँ, मैं कभी नहीं होंगी, मेरे तो पिंपल्स हैं, ये, and the more models and the more beautiful perfect actors they see, it kind of can create a negative cycle of belief, self-belief. What do you have to say to those people? अगर आज आपको ये प्लेटफॉर्म है, आप अगर कोई देख रहा है टीवी पे भी या कहीं पे भी, as somebody who's seen as you know, a person with massive reach and posts, and often you get lakhs and lakhs of people saying you look amazing, this, that. What do you have to say to those people who feel inadequate because of that?
I also feel inadequate sometimes.
You do.
Everyone does, no? So
you have felt insecurity about your looks?
No, it's not so one-dimensional. I feel
Okay.
like if we were to compare, I can look at my own, whoever next to me, and be like, oh, they have this which I don't have. It could be anything. But I don't have a message to give to people. I only have a learning that I can share. And my learning is that it is a capitalistic world, and ideals are churned out so that certain sales can be made. Let this awareness guide you and not make you feel small. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. One last question. If someone out there, some young Indian is watching this, and वो कुछ life में बड़ा करना चाहते हैं, जैसे आपने किया, self-made, actor, business, IAS का exam, anything. India has a lot of challenges if you think about it, but they are facing a low phase. You know, you just casually said मेरे 3 महीने बचे थे, but that also mean 21 महीने कुछ नहीं हुआ, and that can't be easy, you know. And people are going through this bad patch in life for whatever reason, whatever their goal is, they're facing roadblocks. How did you cope with yours, and what message do you want to give to them?
I think having a realistic timeline helped me ground myself. Uh, I find that when I'm honest to myself about my abilities and my shortcomings and my lack of connections or whatever, a little reality check has helped me ground myself. And I guess this is an advice I would give to myself also when I was younger, is that it's really important to look at the bigger picture of life and not just like I think too much emphasis is put on work, obviously, because when we are starting out we are hungry, we believe that we've got the talent and the merit and we want to scale up, we want to do better. But I think young people today are extremely there's a lot of anxiety also propelled by social media, you know, the chamak. So I feel like I actually tell my cousins, like very young, don't be on social media. I don't think it's a helpful tool, especially if you're someone who finds yourself very sensitive. Be realistic about your goals. Keep your core people close to you. Invest in relationships. Build a strong bond with your parents. Their instincts for you will always be in your favor. And more than anything, I think also don't be delulu.
Yeah, that's really good advice. Shobita, firstly, I apologize for a mathematical error which I'm very embarrassed about. You said 3 years, that's 36 months, not 24. So 33 months you struggled with nothing
So while
happened.
I was talking, you were sitting and doing the math.
It's
You're
like
a better
my background,
actor than I
should
am.
do better. But Shobita, thank you so much. You're not only beautiful on the outside, you're even more beautiful on the inside. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Ideas of India. Yeah, Ideas of India. ABP Network's Ideas of India.